He told me he loved me more than life itself, that we'd build a future together, a whole life. And I believed him. I believed every single word, so much so that I gave him $1.3 million. Turns out, every single word was a lie. The man I was planning to marry, he wasn't real. He never even existed. This is the story of how I lost everything. You know, it all started so innocently. After my divorce, the house was just empty. The quiet was deafening. My friends kept pushing me to get back out there, to try a dating app. I was hesitant, but loneliness is a powerful thing, and that's where I met him. Let's call him Leo. His profile was perfect. Looking back, it was too perfect. He was incredibly handsome, with this warm, inviting smile. He claimed he was an international architect working on a huge project in Dubai. His messages were intoxicating. Right from day one, he skipped the small talk and started building this fantasy for me. He'd message me, "Good morning, my queen," the moment I woke up, and "sweet dreams" before I went to sleep. He asked about my day, my kids, my dreams, all the things my ex-husband had stopped asking about years ago. He was an expert at finding the empty spaces in my life and just filling them with promises. We'd talk on the phone for hours. He had this slight accent I couldn't quite place, but he just said he'd lived all over the world, which made sense. He was painting this incredible picture of a life we'd share. We talked about the house we would buy, all the places we would travel. He made me feel seen, cherished, and for the first time in a very, very long time, I felt hopeful. He was supposed to be in Dubai for 6 months. It was the perfect excuse for why we couldn't meet in person yet. The distance didn't even feel like a bad thing. It felt romantic, like a challenge we had to get through together. It made our connection feel even more special, like something out of a movie. I was falling head over heels for a man I had never met, and I didn't question it for a second. About 2 months into it, the conversation started to shift. Leo began talking about this amazing investment opportunity he'd found through his work. He was smart about it, though. He never just asked me for money. No, he invited me to join him in building our fortune. He framed it as our project, a way to fast-track our future together. He introduced me to what he said was a sophisticated trading platform for digital assets and currency. He even showed me his own account, which had these incredible-looking profits. He said, "My love, this is how we can have it all. We won't have to worry about money ever again." So we started small. He walked me through the whole thing, setting up an account and making my first wire transfer, just $25,000 to test the waters. And it worked. The numbers on the screen shot up. I made a few $1,000s in just a week. He even had me make a small withdrawal just to prove it was real, and the money went right back into my bank account. That's how he built my trust. That's how he got me hooked. Soon, he was telling me about a once-in-a-lifetime trade. A massive opportunity was coming, but it needed a lot of capital. He said he was putting his own money in, but we needed more to really make a killing. He was so convincing. Every time I hesitated, he met it with loving reassurance, or sometimes a little frustration. "Don't you trust me? This is for us." So I sent more. I wired $100,000 from my savings, then another $250,000 from my retirement account. Each time, the numbers on that fake platform just soared. I felt like a genius, like we were this unstoppable team. In reality, I was being fattened up for the slaughter. I didn't know it then, but this is a real tactic, a sophisticated scam they call pig butchering. The scammer builds a deep personal relationship to fatten you up with affection and false promises before butchering you financially. And I was the pig. Of course, there were huge red flags, huge ones. Every time I asked to video chat, there was an excuse. The connection in Dubai was terrible, or his laptop camera was broken. He'd send me new photos, but he never wanted a real-time, face-to-face conversation. I remember my best friend told me she thought something was off, and when I mentioned it to Leo, he got furious. He accused her of being jealous of our happiness, and slowly, so expertly, he started turning me against anyone who had doubts. He made me feel like it was us against the world. It's really hard to talk about this part, admitting that I drained my entire life savings for a man I had never even met. The shame is just overwhelming. But if my story is making you think, if it's opening your eyes even a little, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. It helps more people see this, and it might just stop another family from being torn apart by these predators. The total amount I sent him was over $1 million. The number on my investment account was nearly triple that. Leo told me it was time to cash out and finally start our life together. All I had to do was withdraw the funds. But when I tried, the platform just stopped me. A message popped up. To get my money, I had to pay a 20% capital gains tax up front, in cash. That's when the moment, that ice-cold wave of panic, I'll never forget that feeling. I had to send more money just to get my own money back? It made absolutely no sense.
I called Leo frantic. He was completely calm, so reassuring. He said it was just standard procedure for international banking. He even offered to help pay for half of it, but insisted I had to come up with my share first. He was pushing me, creating this intense urgency, but for the first time, his words didn't soothe me. They terrified me. My world was tilting. My hands were shaking, but I did what I should have done months ago. I took one of his photos, my favorite one, of him smiling on what he said was a yacht, and I dropped it into a reverse image search. Instantly, the screen flooded with pictures. The man I knew as Leo, he was a German fitness model. His photos were everywhere, on blogs, in ads. He wasn't an architect in Dubai. He was just a collection of stolen images. I felt the air leave my lungs. I typed the name of the investment platform into Google and added one word: scam. The screen filled with warnings and stories from other people who'd been tricked on the exact same site. It was all a facade, a sophisticated, cruel, and elaborate lie. There was no Leo. There was no investment. The $1.3 million was just gone. I sat there, staring at my computer, and the entire world I had been living in for the past year completely fell apart. The future he promised, the love I felt, none of it was real. I wasn't just broke, I was heartbroken in a way I didn't even know was possible. I had fallen in love with a ghost. When I finally reported it, the authorities told me I was one of at least 29 victims who had funneled money into the same criminal network. The funds were traced to a shell company in California called Just Be International Auctions, run by a man named Kunwen Zhu, who was part of a massive international pig butchering ring. My personal love story was just a tiny chapter in a global criminal enterprise. You know, the shame that comes after a scam like this, it's almost as bad as losing the money. You just feel so foolish, so naive, and so alone. But the truth is, these scammers are professionals. They prey on basic human emotions, loneliness, and the need for connection, and they are masters of manipulation. In 2023, the FTC reported that losses from romance scams hit $1.14 billion, and that's only the cases people were brave enough to report. So what were the warning signs I missed? The love bombing, that immediate, too good to be true affection, the way he isolated me from my friends and family, and the biggest red flag of all, anyone you meet online who consistently refuses to video chat is a problem, always.
And these scams are only getting more sophisticated. With AI, scammers can create scarily realistic fake profiles and even mimic voices to seem more real. I'm telling you, if this could happen to me, it can happen to absolutely anyone. Never, ever send money to someone you haven't met in person and verified their identity. Talk to your friends and family if you have doubts, and trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Please share this video, and if you or someone you know has a similar story, share it in the comments below. You are not alone. By bringing these stories out of the shadows, we take away the scammer's greatest weapon, our silence. Thank you for listening.